What is it?
Something sweet. I can smell it even through the mask.
The rescue team reported that... Said it smelled like ripe fruit.
We cannot allow the infection to spread. If anyone shows symptoms, you must put them out of their misery.
That includes me.
Parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood. Where did that transmission come from? Boss, locate whoever sent the message. He has to be in there somewhere. He's got a mask. He's with the rescue team. And the guy from before. Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up.
What the hell were you thinking? Mission failed. Search the building. Locate whoever sent that transmission. Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
Stay back! Stay back!
He's got a mask. He's with the rescue team. And the guy from before. Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up.
Another transmission.
Analysis complete.
That door won't open. Must be locked from the inside. Could someone be in there? You'll just have to move on for now.
Analysis complete.
So much.
Analysis complete.
Step aside, boss. I just want to go outside. I can't die in this hell. I'm not affected. I can't be pregnant if I am. I don't want to go out like this.
Staff member has died.
I thought we could count on you, boss.
Search the building and locate whoever sent that transmission. Guess the parasites killed him. Don't touch him. He's covered in blood.
Stay back! Stay back!
Was that more of the message? We'll try to clean it up.
Staff member has died. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
He's wearing a mask. He's part of the rescue team. Looks like he's not the one who sent the message. I'd like to hear what he has to say, but you need to keep going.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Step aside, boss. I just want to go outside. I can't die in this hell. I'm not affected.
Another transmission.
Staff member has died.
I have analyzed part of the data that was faxed out.
Analysis
It appears
complete.
even those who barely spoke became symptomatic. This must be some kind of mutation.
Analysis complete.
Boss,
What the hell happened?
at least you're okay.
What's going on?
I win. I'm no snail.
Damn it.
So he sent the transmission. Seems like he had a way of IDing who's symptomatic. But what was he trying to say? Snail. Yes, of course. It all makes sense now. Do not let anyone showing symptoms get outside. As infection progresses, it triggers an overwhelming urge to get out in the open. That's the parasite controlling them. Once outside, the birds will feed on infected bodies, spreading the parasite on land. The whole world will be infested. You have to shoot, boss. We can't let them outside. Damn it. We can't allow any contagious individuals to leave. Shoot, Snake! Are you just gonna let the contagion spread? Shoot, Snake. If you don't, we'll have to torch the place. That's it.
sorry.
Snake! You just killed your own...
Emmerich, what the hell? Nobody asked for your opinion.
You expect me to just stand by and watch this?
Has died. Staff member has died.
Are here to kill us!
Has died. Has died.
You're insane, Snake! He was one of your men!
Has died. Has died.
You yourself said we're a family! Or was it all lies?
Has died. Has died. Has died.
Shooting your own men! That's not the big boss I knew.
Me? They're going outside! No, we're dead anyway! Boss! Let's let the boss decide. We live here.
Hang on, boss. Is he wearing a mask? He might not be infected. Examine him with those goggles. Check to see if he's infected. Use those goggles you picked up. Carry the rescue team member to the exit. He's the only one not infected.
Got a survivor. Unlock the door. Wait. I don't think I made it after all.
What? You just checked him.
could it have progressed this quickly?
Boss, take another look at him with the goggles.
He is infected.
Believe it.
Stormtrooper has died.
I'm sorry, Buzz.
There's nothing we could have done for them. We're all grateful, boss.
It's your fault! They're dead because of you!
What?
He's right. I killed him with my own hands.
They were on your side! I'm on your side! And you turned them all to ashes!
They wanted you to shoot. It was that or be burned alive. Come on. Let's get this over with.
Wait. I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I will always be with you. Plant your roots in me. You're all diamonds.
We're not burying them at sea. What then?
We'll make diamonds from their ashes. Take them into battle with us.
A shining light to our brothers in arms, even in death.
We are diamond dogs.
Mission list updated.
I don't know how you do it. All I could do was obsess over revenge, doubting my comrades along the way. But even after all we've accomplished, the phantom pain never let up. If anything, it just got worse. But you understood that from the start, didn't you? From the moment you opened your eyes in that hospital, you knew it wouldn't go away. Yet you've been fighting the pain and confronting your phantoms the whole time. Knowing full well the battle would never end, not till the day you die. I respect that now, more than ever. It's an honor and a privilege, Big Boss.
After exposure to the blood of a symptomatic colleague. I found myself making my way up the stairs. 12 hours. 12 hours after exposure to the I found myself making my way up, and I am not alone. I know full well. Yet, like the alcoholic, every step I still have all my wits. It took no time at all to then, just as it took no time at all. To rewire the electronic lock. Then, just as I was about, I finally realized what was this desire for freedom. They want the ravens pecking us to death. Attracted by they have mutated to the sweet smell is powerful enough to attract. So, most of the staff in here are infection with this parasite. I have modified with these goggles. Other infected will, like me, if the ravens get their meal. That cannot be allowed to happen.
The whole idea of the vocal cord parasites was that they'd only copulate once exposed to a specific length. Over time, the parasite infecting our men in the laboratory laid their eggs straight away. The larvae were eating their lung tissue almost immediately. What kind of mutation was it?
Those who were infected and cured still carried the vocal cord parasites in their throats. They were still there. But the males had been rendered, but it is the Volbachia,
not the parasite.
You remember I told you the Volbachia attempts to maximize its number?
Yes, hence the...
Precisely. Cytoplasmic incompatibility.
Parthenogenesis. Aphids. Aphids use that to...
Very good. The females lay their eggs without a male present. Creating parthenogenesis was originally a means for an organism to certain strains of Volbachia forced...
And that's why our men... develop symptoms in the blink of an eye.
Volbachia, of course. Volbachia I introduced to you men did not have this, but I believe... the mutation. The Volbachia we used to prevent egg laying became the agent of...
There's something else. The symptomatic infected in the laboratory all wanted to get out, even knowing there was napalm waiting for them out. You said the parasites made them act that way.
But parasites altering the host long ago. But even I never foresaw they might control.
You mean the researcher on the bit about, I'm not a snail?
Yes. Among them. Parasitic worms, there is a gene. As you know, snails but once parasitized by leuco, and that is not all. The parasitic worm, the snail, meanwhile, wiggles his antennae as the parasites squirm inside the swollen wriggle.
I don't get it.
It is so they can. Leucochloridium needs it to breed. They require their snail host be snapped up so they make the humble snail appear to be a delicious caterpillar.
So you mean the staff
was so the birds could pick at them. The parasites, I can only surmise that both before the ancestors of the vocal cord what we saw in the laboratory.
There's something else. The symptomatic and even used
Paris long ago. Vocal cord, but even you, but yes, but once, and that is this.
I don't get it.
It is so they make.
So you mean
was so the birds could pick at them. The parasite. Altered their mental state. I can only surmise that both the Wolbachia and the parasites mutated before the ancestors of the vocal cord parasites infected humans. Their hosts were birds. What we saw in the laboratory was some throwback to that time. The parasites attempting to make birds their intimate
sounds and
a praying mantis that is host to a parasitic hair just so the hairworm can lay. Eggs in water. Rats infected with Toxoplasma gondii lose their instinctive caution and run. Right up to cats. Just some of the many ways parasites.
But we're humans. Surely
I thought just the same. Free will is what. So it never occurred to me that the parasites could be controlling the symptom, but the mood, the will of a person can be easily affected by the balance of their cerebral substances. Take the toxoplasma I mentioned. It does infect humans, and it is thought the infected develop a more reckless attitude.
But to think that mutations occurred in both the Wolbachia and its parasite hosts.
Observation is most apt. Both mutations occurring at once indicates the presence.
But to think that mutations occurred in both the Walbach...
Your observation is most apt.
I see. Keep working on narrowing down what it was. Well, Doctor, I have the report on the... Assuming the vocal cord parasite evolved, I'm sorry, under the only plausible explanations are exposure to some high concentration. As you know, some of the staff at the quarantine... The Walbachia prevented them from copulating, but the parasites themselves can't be removed. As you know, some of the staff at the quarantine facility were infected with the parasites. The Walbachia prevented them from copulating, but the parasites themselves can't be removed from their host's vocal cords. Once you're infected with Skullface's parting gift, you're stuck with it. The researchers regularly used X-ray equipment to monitor the parasites in their throats. No problem there, they kept a close eye on the radiation doses. But that equipment didn't just give off X-rays. It was also emitting beta rays, even though that's unnecessary for the scans. See, beta rays have far worse effects on DNA than X-rays, meaning the only logical conclusion is that someone added in a beta ray emitter to trigger a mutation. Those beta rays leaked out from inside the equipment. Because the emitter was retrofitted, the shielding was inadequate. And the person who ordered and inspected the equipment was you, Doctor. That makes you the only person with the opportunity to install that emitter.
So now you're saying I sabotaged medical equipment for some wild plan to make the vocal cord...
Caution, rain approaching.